In the previous class, we were discussing about CRR. Okay, I'll explain CRR once again. How is it influencing? What is happening in the economy? Interest rates, inflation. Okay, before that, let's discuss SLR also. Together, we'll see about the influence that it has got in the economy. And we said that CRR is certain percentage of NDTL that has to be maintained with RBI. So for this amount, they are not getting any kind of interest. No amount of interest is received by the banks. Okay, the banks doesn't get any kind of interest for depositing or for maintaining a certain percentage of their NDTL with RBI. Okay, and if it is not maintained, they will have to pay penalty. If CRR is not maintained with RBI, if the banks are making any faults, if the banks are not maintaining this deposit reserves with the RBI, then the banks will have to incur penalty. Okay, now let's see what is SLR. SLR means statutory liquidity ratio. What is SLR? SLR is statutory liquidity ratio. SLR is the amount of money kept by bank as fraction of their, just a second. Again, SLR is also a certain percentage of their NDTL. And the difference between this SLR and CLR is that SLR is maintained within the bank itself. They will keep certain reserves with themselves. It is maintained in that particular bank itself. Cash reserve ratio, CRR is maintained with RBI and SLR is maintained in the bank itself. Okay, and now the current SLR is 18%. 18%. The current SLR is 18%. That means we learned about NDTL, net demand and time liabilities. 18% of this NDTL should be maintained with the RBI. Whatever deposits that the banks receive, they cannot complete all the deposit as loans. They cannot provide all the deposit as loans to the borrowers. Certain percentage has to be kept with the RBI, that is called CRR, and also another percentage of NDTL has to be maintained within the bank. Is it clear now? CRR and SLR. You can see on the screen, it is, you know what is demand liabilities, time liabilities now. It is very clear now what is that. Now this SLR, this concept is prescribed under section 24 2A of Banking Regulation Act 1949. And again, I told you CRR is calculated fortnightly, every 2 weeks. Okay? At the same time, SLR is calculated as a percentage of NDTL as on every working day. Every working day. Okay? CRR is calculated fortnightly, that means every 2 weeks, and it is on Fridays. Now this SLR is calculated on the daily basis. Now the banks have to maintain this SLR in the form of liquid assets. Liquid assets. It should be maintained in the form of liquid assets. Liquid assets means cash deposit, gold, government securities, okay, treasury bills. So before the deposits are provided to the customers, they have to maintain certain percentage in the form of liquid assets. And these must be unencumbered. There is a term here. These must be, that means these assets, These assets must be unencumbered. Unencumbered means they should not be under pledge with anybody or any organization. These should not be kept as a security for any loan. It shouldn't be under pledge. Okay, these liquid assets should not be under pledged. Should not be under pledge. Okay, that is the meaning of unencumbered. So whatever assets they maintain as reserve, they must be unencumbered. And the money kept in SLR will give the bank some interest income. Interest income. They'll get some interest upon this amount, SLR. I told you, CRR, which is maintained with RBI, they doesn't receive any kind of interest out of it. But SLR, they get interest. Okay. And these rates of interest will be decided by the market forces. Market forces means the demand and supply. How are these CRR, SLR decided? How is the rates fixed? These rates are fixed on the basis of decided by the market forces. Now let's see how is this CRR and SLR influencing the economy. How is it controlling inflation? I explained it in the morning session. Still, I thought I'll make it some more clear. You should be able to say that in your own words. Okay? See, NDTL. Let's take the economy first. Economy is facing inflation. Inflation means what? Inflation means rise in the prices of products. Okay? When it is inflation, during the time of inflation, there is so much of money in the hands of the public. Okay? They are ready to spend. Let me tell you a story. I'll make it clear. Let us travel in an aeroplane. Okay, let's take a flight, aeroplane. In this aeroplane, there are 100 economy class and 10 business class. Don't you know economy class and business class? Economy class is a normal class where the passengers travel. Okay, usually the normal people. And there is only 10 seats available for business class. And business class, you know, the VIP, the rich people travel in VIP, I mean the business class. Okay, and so 100 economy class is there and 10 business class is there. Okay, business class, economy class. And definitely the economy class is cheaper than business class. Okay, that's done. So 100 and 110 passengers are there now in the flight. After they boarded in the flight, all took their seats. The government decided to give 1 lakh rupees to all. Simply. Just imagine, they are given this 100 passengers are given 1 lakh rupees under any scheme. Some scheme was declared and suddenly government gave 1 lakh rupees to all these 100%. Now this 100 passengers are having sufficient money with them. Are they having sufficient money? Now they can also purchase or travel by business class. Yes, they have sufficient money, but what happens? They all have money. What is the situation of business class now? There are only 10 seats. How can the flight satisfy all the 100 passengers now? All the 100 passengers have sufficient money. So the public is having sufficient money with them now. But there is, product is less. Business class seats are less. So what happens? What is the decision taken by the flight now? The flight will increase the rate of business class. Rate of business class is increased. Am I right? For what? For not making others to travel in business class. Am I right? Business class, the rates of business class are again increased. Still these people are ready to spend. Still they have 1 lakh rupees with them. See, sufficient fund is there in the public. Public is having sufficient fund now. Money is there with them. Okay. So again the rate is increased by business class. So till what time will the flight increase the rate? Until the demand is equal to supply. Until the demand and supply becomes equal, till then the price of the business class will be increased. And this increase in the product, this increase in the rate is called inflation. Do you understand? Did you get what is inflation now? Okay, this is inflation. Okay, now see the rates increased. Now automatically the money in the hands of the public is reducing. Okay, wait there. Let's be on the inflation now. Okay, so the rates are increasing. Rate is increasing. People are ready. I told you people are ready to purchase. There is demand. Demand is increasing. Demand is increasing. Rate is increasing. So it is inflation. So what the government does is, government in the sense RBI will increase the CRR and SLR. Okay. When people needs money, they will approach the bank for loan. Okay. See, in the flight case, there was a time rate is increased, still people had cash with them, and there was some time demand is equal to supply. Then only the rate remains fixed. So that point, when people doesn't have sufficient money, they will automatically approach the bank to get more money. Okay. So during the time of inflation, the bank will increase CRR and SLR. Okay. So we know CRR is 4% and SLR is 18%. Am I right? Okay. So 18 plus 4. 22% out of 100% of NDTL, 22% of NDTL has to be maintained, has to be set apart for RBI's reserves, either in the form of CRR or in the form of SLR. Okay. Wait. So CRR 22% is gone to RBI. Now what is left? How much is left? 100 minus 22? How much is left now? Are you listening? How much is 100 minus 22? Are you sleeping?
Ma'am, 78.
78. Now the bank is having only 78% to lend. Okay? Okay. Is this clear? Now during the time of inflation, the RBI will increase CRR and SLR. Suppose, let's take, the RBI is going to increase CRR for 6% and SLR to say how much? 20%. Okay, 20%. Okay, so CRR is increased to 6% and SLR is increased to 20%. Now see, earlier only 22% had to be maintained with the RBI. But now 26% have to be maintained. Out of this 100, 26% is gone. Am I clear? So the fund with the bank is reduced. Fund with the bank which they would have given it to the public as loan, that is reduced. Let's take simple example. Simple. Let me take. See, CRR and SLR together 20%. Okay, 20% earlier. So 20% is with RBI. Bank is having 80% only for lending. That's clear, you all. Now, at the time of inflation, bank is increasing CRR and SLR together, it becomes 30%. 30%. Okay? So when CRR and SLR together increased and it became 30%, so see how much is available with the banks now. Bank is having only 70% now. Out of 100%, only 70% of fund is available with the bank. So automatically people will stop, and when there is lesser amount, the interest rate charged by the banks will also increase. Interest rate by bank will also increase. So people won't approach the bank to take loan. Interest rate is increased. So there is no flow of credit to public now. So during the time of inflation, CRR and SLR is increased. When CRR and SLR increase, interest rates in the banks also increase. So loan is not provided to the public. Public is not ready to take loans now. Just the reverse will happen during the time of deflation. Okay, during the time of deflation, there is no money with the people now. People is not having money. Again, CRR and SLR together it was 20%. Now, the current situation. Now, let's assume it's just an imaginary figures. Okay, 20%. So, as I said, bank is having 80% and 20% is with RBI. So, it's deflation. Deflation means people are not having money. There is no money. People are struggling. They want loan. So, RBI, what they do is, they will reduce the CRR and SLR. CRR and SLR rates are reduced by RBI. So, this 20% becomes 10%. Let's assume. Okay, both together, CRR and SLR together, it becomes 10%. So, see, now the bank is having 90% fund with them to give to the public. Okay, so all the people can go take loan, and also, see, CRR and SLR is low. So, the bank interest rate will also be low. Interest rate is friendly, so the people can approach the bank. They are ready to take loans. Okay, is it clear? Did you get the idea of CRR and SLR? Switch on the videos, those who have switched it off. Okay. So one of you try to tell me this. Explain this, what is happening. Anyone, volunteer, anyone. Try to explain this. This same is taking place in all the tools. Just try. During inflation, what is happening? During inflation, there is so much of money in the hands of the public. Okay? RBI will increase CRR and SLR. So more funds will move to RBI. Okay, now the fund with the bank is less to distribute as loans. And not only that, high interest rates will also be charged by the banks for the loans. Okay. So people hesitate to take loans. They are not ready to take loans. Automatically the money supply is reduced, controlled in the economy. Thus inflation is controlled. If it is deflation, there is no money with the public, the RBI will reduce CRR and SLR. So lesser amount, okay Anila. Lesser amount have to be maintained with CRR, with RBI. So bank is having more fund with them and the interest rates are reduced. So people can take more loans, more money flow to the public. Okay, this is the concept of CRR and SLR. Clear? So SLR, what is the objectives of SLR? SLR has three objectives. To restrict the expansion of bank credit. To restrict, that means to control. Bank credit. Credit means the bank loans, providing these loans, credit facility to the public. So the objective of SLR is to control this, to restrict from people taking loans, more and more loans, taking credit from the bank. Okay. Now that is the first objective. The second one, to increase banks' investment in approved securities. To increase banks' investment. See, I told you SLR, maintaining SLR will help the banks to earn interest. It is an investment by the for the bank. To ensure solvency of banks. Solvency means what? Solvent. What is solvency? Solvent. Solvency. What is the meaning of solvency? Nobody know the meaning of solvency? Solvent means what?
And that firm is able to pay the money.
Yes, the ability of the person to pay one's debt. Though if the person is whatever, now it's bank. The bank, whether bank have the ability to pay off its debt, that is solvency, to ensure solvency. So the banks should be solvent. The bank should be able to pay off its debt. For that, certain reserve have to be kept by the bank. A certain portion should be kept aside as reserves. So that is the objective of SLR. Okay. So we learned two monetary tools, that is CRR and SLR. Cash reserve ratio, statutory liquidity ratio. And we have the next one, that is open market operations. Okay. Open market operations. After discussing open market operation, we'll go for the puzzle of Sharat. We'll do puzzle. Okay, open market operation, listen here. This is another tool, another method, and this method, just a second. This method refers to the sale and purchase of government securities. Sale and purchase of government securities and other credit instruments in the open market by the central bank. So here, what is taking place? Purchase and sale is taking place. Either the sale or the purchase. Purchase and sale of government securities. Coming to market. What is market? Market means a place where buying and selling takes place. The normal meaning of market. Okay. And this market, coming to economics, who is the manager of the market? Who manages the market? Who is the one managing this market? It is the RBI. This market where the sale and purchase takes place, this is managed by RBI. For what? To control inflation and deflation. Okay. So, open market operations. Open market operation means buying and selling. Buying and selling of government securities. Government securities. By whom? By RBI. For what? To control inflation and deflation. Now let's see, similar to CRR and SLR, how does this influence the economy? How is this playing the game? How is the open market operation controlling inflation and deflation? Okay. It's inflation. Again, coming to inflation. It is inflation. So, during the time of inflation, listen to me everyone, during the time of inflation, RBI will sell. What do the RBI do? RBI sell government securities. Okay? Sell means who is purchasing it? The bank will purchase it. Purchase means what? Bank will pay for it and they get the security. Isn't it? That is what happens in the sale. Bank give money. Bank give money and purchase. And they purchase it. So what is happening now? When we are purchasing something, what happens to our money? The money gets reduced. Yes, you have 100 rupees in your purse. You have 100 rupees in your purse. You go to a shop. You made purchase for 60 rupees. Do you have 100 rupees still? No, you have only 40 rupees left. Similarly, the bank was having 100 rupees with them. RBI sold some government securities. Bank purchased it with 60 rupees. So now the bank is having only 40 with them. And using this 40 rupees, it is this 40 rupees that the bank give it to the borrowers, the customers as loan. So when the RBI sell the security, banks purchase it, the fund with the bank get reduced. So there is no sufficient fund available with the bank to provide us loan. Do you understand? Interest rate will be high. Will the people go for loan? Will they take loan? Will they take loan? No, they won't take loan for high rate of interest. Similarly, when it is deflation, the RBI will purchase. RBI purchase government securities from the bank. Okay? RBI purchases the securities. When RBI purchases something, RBI will make payment to bank. RBI gives money to bank, then they purchase this. Is the idea clear now? So when RBI purchase government security, they give money to the bank. Now the bank have sufficient fund, so bank can provide loans. People will approach banks to take loans. Interest rates of loan come down. Okay, this is what happens regarding open market operation. Okay, please read. Open market operations. During inflation, RBI sell government security and mops up excess liquidity. Deflation, during the time of deflation, RBI purchase government security. So you can see a picture here. Inflation. Look at inflation first. Inflation. During the time of inflation, central bank sells government securities to banks. So when the government securities are sold, bank gives money is given to money is given to central bank. So there is no sufficient money with the bank now. High rate of interest have to be paid by the public if they want to take loan. At the same time, during the crisis time, financial crisis, during the time of recession, central bank will purchase government security. So money flows to the bank. Now the bank has got sufficient fund. Public can take loan from the bank at low interest rate. Okay, any doubt? Any clarification you need? So I stop with this CRR, SLR and open market operations. Okay? Sharat, switch on the video. Okay. Where is Sharat? Sharat, switch on the video. So here is the puzzle by Sharat. Shall we do this now? Yes? Try, everyone. It's a simple one. Across and down. Movement of prices in percentage per annum. If it's not clear, please let me know. Work out. Solve it fast. Anything you want me to read? Sharath is not there. I can't find Sharath in the class. Yes. Are you able to do? Finish? Finish all the 8? Switch on the videos, everyone. After completing this, please send me to my WhatsApp. You may send it after the class. Aparna, don't forget to give me the names, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And okay, did you finish it? Do you want me to share the screen again? It's time, almost time. Okay, it's almost time. We'll end up the meeting. See you not tomorrow, on Thursday. See you on Thursday. Take care. Bye. See you.